Greetings and welcome to CS133 Practical Programming with Python. We're on week 2. This is lesson while loops. So we just kind of finished up with logic, how if this is true, then you execute this code and the different variations of that. In this case, we're going to focus on how do we make code execute over and over and over again. The first one we're going to start with is a while loop, which does work very similarly to the if statement. So our goal is to understand the while loop and how it works, and our success criteria is creating a while loop that loops while the user enters go. So as long as the user types in go, it's going to continue to go. So you're going to understand how to do that by the end of this. So with this, let's kind of look at the syntax from it. And there's two main methods of executions. So first of all, we have our while loop. The other one will be the for loop later, but we're focused on the while loop. And basically, it looks like an if statement, whereas this would be if expression, execute this code. In this case, it's while expression equal this code. And what that means is if this is true, it's very similar to if statement, it executes this code and it comes back up here and it checks the expression again. So while true, it's going to come down, and that's why it says do forever, because it comes back up, true, still true, comes down, does a code, comes back up, true, still true, comes down. So obviously that's not a very good statement, whereas you come down here and while x is less than 5. So as long as x is less than 5, so x is 4, 4 is less than 5, it comes down here. And then this can be a forever loop if you come back here and it's still 4 and x doesn't change, and it's 4, it doesn't change, it's 4, it doesn't change. So as we go through, we want to kind of talk about that. So as a reminder of how statements work in whether maybe a definition or function that we'll learn in a little bit, the if statement, it still ends with that colon, and you indent to be inside of it, and then when it's done, it'll execute what's after it, just like the if statement. So let's go ahead and try, because there are some pieces to this you need to understand that I mentioned, when you have this, how do you get out of it? So let's go ahead and try this out. I'm going to get rid of that error so I can make this larger. So it's errored because there's no code in it. It doesn't like that. Let's just go ahead and print total and run this, right? It should, some might think it'll run 5 times. I mean, looks like it should run 5 times. I mean, as just a quick guess, but let's run this real quick. And 0, 0, 0. It's still running, right? It's still going. Every time I drag this, it just pops right down the bottom because it's still going. What happened? Well, total equals 0. 0 is less than 5. 0. 0 is less than 5. Print 0. 0 is less than 5. So we have to make it be able to get here, right? So the key to the while statement is somewhere in here, you have to be able to stop it. You have to be able to stop the code. So let's go ahead and do total equals total plus 1. So this time when we run it, 0, 0, 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1, 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2, 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 less than 5, 3, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 is less than 5, print 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, now total is 5, and 5 is not less than 5. So if you also notice that, total will at this spot be 0 through 4, right? So we run it, it's 0, then it goes up, and then when it becomes 4, it becomes 5, it's done, so we get to 0 to 4. So this will execute 5 times 0 to 4. With a while statement, you can flip that around, so now it's 0, 0 is less than 5, and 0 plus 1 is 1, so print 1. It's still going to go 5 times, but now we get 1 to 5. So again, while statements, one thing you remember about while statements are they're much more flexible. There's a lot more you can do with a while statement, but you do have a lot of pieces all over the place that you can forget. I mean, same problem with this. If I run it without that, it doesn't know what to do. So there are those three pieces that you need. What are you starting at? Where's the initial value? Again, you could do total equals, is pressed equals true, while is pressed, and then again, that third piece, you have to have somewhere down here for it to be turn is pressed to false as examples. So it needs a third piece. What's its initial value? Give it a way to stop. And then, where does it stop essentially? What is its stopping value? And then this one's more give it a spot, give it a way to stop. So give it a spot to stop, give it a way to stop. Where does it start? So that's kind of how this looks. So let's go a little bit more because you don't have to necessarily do it as I mentioned with numbers, or you can actually, if this doesn't equal. So let's go ahead and give another example. So while does not equal quit. Again, it doesn't like because there's no code in here. So let's do this. Answer equals input, and then while it doesn't equal quit, so type quit to quit. And basically, if they don't type quit, right? So if they type in stop doesn't equal quit, so because it keep going. Type in go doesn't equal quits because it keep going. So let's try to run this first, and I mean predict what you think is going to happen. Answer is not defined. That was what I just showed you up here. That's why I let this one be broken when we started. That's what just happened for us. So let's go ahead and do that. Answer equals go. So now let's run it. Okay, we're go does not equal quit. So let's type in, let's stop. And for the love of Bob, please be done. Alright, quit. Alright, should this quit it? Well, nope. It is case sensitive, so I have to type quit. And now it's done, right? It's no longer prompting me to enter anything. It's now down here, all done, right? And that's where we're at with this. So we're going to talk about nesting. Nesting. You can do this with if statements inside of loops inside of if statements, whatever you need to do to make your program work. But let's go ahead and kind of look at this first. So I equals 0, answer equals nothing. You need to quit 3 times, so this is just directions, right? It's just a print statement. And what that means is 3 times because this is going to be 0, and then it makes it go up by 1. So 0, 1, 2, and then 3, and 3 is no longer, so 0, 1, 2. That makes this loop 3 times. However, this loop, you need to type that quit. So let's go ahead and do our answer equals input quit question mark. Alright, so let's run this now. Again, it wasn't happy that that wasn't there. You quit 3 times. Okay. Sure. Fine. Right. I'm still in this first loop, and I know that because as soon as I print quit, then I'm going to get this message, right? I have not gotten this message. Right now I'm just looping right here until I hit quit, or type quit, and then I'll see this. So let's go ahead and do the quit. You have 2 turns left, right? I reset answer, and this is important, right? Because if I didn't do this, I'll go up by 1. So remember I was 0, now I'm at 1. So 1 is less than 3. If I didn't change answer to nothing, when I came back up here, it'd still be quit, and then it quit, and I just go quickly down. So let's go ahead and do that one real quick. Stop and run. So again, the first time I have to type quit, but as soon as I type quit, it just keeps going through everything. So I need to reset it. So this is more of a coding thing than necessarily a while statement issue, but again, good thing to watch out for as you're doing your coding about resetting stuff for that. So I'll just go ahead and run through it real quick. Nope. Quit. All right, 2 left. Quit. 1 left. Okay. Sure. Quit. 0 times left, and it's done. All right. So that is the while loop. Again, remember, while it is true, it executes. While it's true, it's execute. You need to have it start somewhere. Again, it doesn't have to be a number necessarily. It doesn't have to be a number. It has to have an initial value. And then you compare. You have to give it some spot to stop. That spot to stop is quit, right? When answer equals quit, that is when it's going to some way to end. And then this line 2, you need to give it actually in there a way for it to become that, right? So that's the 3 pieces to a while statement. Next lesson we're going to do for loops. We'll see you then.